Go through the whole scare?
Just that little, yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, brother.
Again, you see the neb, just like you see here. Neb means what? Lord. Okay? So this is Lord of creation, meaning Keparah. Wings represent spirituality. Ra, created in the image of Ra. Why did our ancestors say we were created in the image of Ra? Because we got melanin. Ra gives us color. So we're created in the image of Ra, the light of Haru. The top of the scarab looks just like the cranial cavity of the brain. This is where the knowledge is, right?
That's right.
This is where if we want to, our brain computer, we have to put out the knowledge that we take in, right? So it is here. The scarab was symbolic of the great mind that our ancestors called Ptah. Ptah was a one God concept, monotheism, and pre-dynastic Egypt. We're talking about pre-dynastic, we're talking about over 30,000 years ago. So it is here, the great mind of the universe, showing that the colors, again, are African, belongs to our African ancestors. Meaning the blue. When Brother Coakley was talking about the Blue Lodge, was the third degree, was the degree of what? Knowledge. Is that right?
That's right. Knowledge.
So where do you see the blue at on here? On top of the scarab, the cranial cavity of the brain. Again, the red, our ancestors always did libation. Blood represented libation. White represents transcending into another state. These colors were taken off of the African temple, still there today. Many brothers have been there to see this, to witness it for themselves, who are right here in this room. Brother Jamal and many others, seeing the red, white, and blue going back over 3,000 and 4,000 years ago. So it is here that when we break down the Greek freak stuff, you have got to go back into your African ancestral knowledge to see what it goes back to. Our ancestors didn't call it the Sphinx, we call it Hermakit, meaning what? Good over evil. We call it the Sunum Bunum, who we are told that Thales, another Greek freak, who came into Africa, and originally we didn't let them in, by the way.
That's right.
But it was Thutmosis II in the 26th dynasty that let them in as mercenaries to fight the Persians. But in any case, they came in.
That's right.
And when they came in, when Thutmosis let them in, it is here where he learned the concept of the Sunum Bunum. It didn't go back to Thales. And the Sunum Bunum was the supreme good. Now, we also had our secret lodges. But it was based off of the concept of the Sunum Bunum, the supreme good for the salvation of your soul. Meaning that, I know this is going to get a little out there for a minute.
Stay with it,
that
brother.
the pineal gland in the brain, our ancestors saw was the seat of man and woman's soul, the African man and woman's soul. So, Rahamak is facing the east. When the sun rises up in the east, it hits him right in his forehead with the pineal gland, showing the suppressing of a beastly nature in man. So the Greek freaks, we didn't let them in because they were on a beastly level. I have pictures showing Greeks poking each other in the butt. You see, that's why this is not a new thing for them.
Boule.
Okay, it's not a new thing.
That also about
riding the hump.
Riding the hump.
Riding the hump.
Right.
You can go get the demonology of the Bible, written in 1657. Before the King James Version of the Bible, they had demonology of the Bible, and they had this goat.
That's right.
And they rode this goat. And this was the Satan worship or bestiality that they were in. So when the Masons said that they ride in the hump, this is the initiation for the beast. The beast that they're coming out of. This is all there. It's all there. So they never had the concept of the Sunum Bunum, the supreme good. So our ancestors taught this because we understood that if you went at the Netarus, that they call nature today, that if you didn't go at a divine level, it would open up the negative forces of nature to you. So you had to come through initiation from your high nature, not from your low nature. So the Greek freaks who came from their low nature didn't understand none of this. So when they went at the forces of the Netaru, like studying the concept of the atom, that they tell us Democritus brought the concept of the atom. No, he studied it from Kemet. That's why they were able to produce a hydrogen bomb. Because only a beast could produce a hydrogen bomb.
That's right.
Because he wanted nature at a negative, on the beastly level. Right. So the concept that we run around talking about, I'm this religion and I'm that religion, we didn't have no religion.
That's right.
We had African spirituality. Finding yourself one with the universe. Something that the beasts that you see right here, represented as themselves, haven't dealt with yet. So the concept of Harmakit showing the suppressing of the beastly nature in man to rise up the son of Adam. And by the way, my brother, let me mention that the Grecian maiden is on top of the Capitol building.
Okay. They just took it down for cleaning too.
Oh, is that right?
Yes,
okay,
the Grecian maiden right now.
Right. It's
Cleaning
on top of the Capitol building in relationship with Brother Kofi was saying.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. That's deep.
And by the way, there's some brothers in Japan, and they also wanted me to let you know that they're over there. The brothers brought me all the way to Japan to lecture to them in Tokyo, Yokota, and Masawa. And these are brothers who are in the military. What? And got conscious while they were in the service. Got conscious while they were in the service. That's right. So they brought me over to lecture. And there were some in a place called Zama who unfortunately got caught with the beast. They married the cave woman. And outside of Zama, everything went smoothly. But the brothers and sisters over there were highly enlightened with the information. Only the brothers in Zama who realized that this was about African nation building, to bringing together us as an African people, and they realized that they had to give up the white wives. So they had a hard time with that, but I'll let them wrestle with that in their own dream state.
This is actually, Brother Aswa, the larger size version of the Boule's logo itself. This is off their rostrum. And as you can see, there's the urn, and there's something in the urn. Now, we've always talked about the circle within the circle as being part of that pursuit. Someone else looks at this and says, that's the 360 degrees of knowledge inside the urn. Is there any significance to that urn and that right paw being up?
I know that the symbol here,
you can use this.
right off the top of my mind, I'm saying right off the top of my mind.
I don't mean to put you on the spot either.
No problem, brother. I would say that this symbol represents the sun. That's how we represent the sun. It was a circle with a dot in the middle. Okay? That's how we represented the sun. The dot may have been the pineal gland. Also, go and look in the encyclopedia under the pineal gland, and it talks about the pineal gland. It develops your sexual behavior. Excretes the melanin, excretes from your pineal gland for your development of your sexual behavior. So if the pineal gland is activated by the sun, that our ancestors have Ra Hamakis, or Hamakit, that the Greeks call a sphinx facing the east, if these folks did not live in the sun belt, that means they have an underdevelopment of the pineal gland.
That's right.
So this explains the beastly nature that you see out here today with all these freaks running around.
That's right.
With an underdevelopment of the pineal gland. Now, right off the top of my mind, I would say that represents the sun. And the sun is definitely bringing 360 degrees of life on this planet.
Yeah. Thank you, brother.